The chairman of VTB Bank says that Russia is not weaponizing the energy supply. He's amongst Russia's most powerful bankers. Yesterday, I was in Moscow. I went to the extraordinarily glamorous headquarters where I met Andrey Kostin and once again wanted to know what was going on. Was Russia using oil and gas against Europe?
Everybody should understand we are interested in selling gas because that's all about Russian economy. We mainly 75% of our export to Europe, and Europe, one of the largest trading partner, that's resources. That's mainly oil and gas. So if that's why America, for example, is battling against Nord Stream 2. They don't want Russia to sell gas, but we want to sell. So I think it's very difficult to say that Russia is doing something, to break the system which exists. I mean, and Russia will export this year, as I understand, more gas than any time before.
Yes, but Russia can pump all the gas and Europe can need more, and it's that little bit at the top, that extra bit, that can become the geopolitical issue. Weaponizing oil and gas.
I don't believe that Russia is weaponizing any economic tools. Unlike America, by the way, weaponizing dollar. We don't do it. We were interested in stability of the market. As we proved with OPEC, for example, we negotiated with OPEC, together with the United States, by the way, in order to settle the price dispute. And then everybody, all the exporters won at the end of the day, right? We've got now a stable and growing oil prices. The same with the gas. It's a number of reasons. The first, that probably Europe was trying to politicize and this battle for Nord Stream 2, but also that Europe probably was too quick in trying to switch from carbon energy to renewable sources. And unfortunately, there was no wind in Europe this year. That's partly explained the problem. But we're trying to increase. I think what Putin said, I think it's true. We fulfilled all the contracts, and we're trying to increase the sale. So let's have a look and see what's going to happen.
Why do you think Russia has such a low vaccination rate at the moment?
It's very much because of the people's attitude, I think. They prefer. I mean, one of my friend who is has a very high position in business say, why I should myself bring this disease through vaccination, because it's a small implementation of this. If it happens, it happens, or maybe it will not happen. So this probably thinking is, those people they don't very much trust maybe yet.
What do you say to people who say that?
No, I mean, I'm saying, look, it's a very bad disease. You can have a very bad consequences. There's no record of any bad consequences for this, so you'd better take a chance.
The other issue that people are talking about at the moment is working from home. Now, there's a wave of COVID at the moment in Russia, so you have got the bank, many of your staff working from home.
Yeah.
In future, are you looking at shifting the work balance to allow more people to work?
Not very much. I read in American newspapers that most of the American leading banks, they said enough is enough and people should come back in office. I'm supporter of the office work. I feel my staff when they're here. When it's an online system, I think I don't have such a level of command or governance. But we should accept that, of course, for certain people, of course, for certain part of the staff, it is possible. In certain particular areas, the IT people, they like to work from home. I can't myself. I mean, it's for me, it's a nightmare to work at home. Because it's the dog is here, children there, the wife behind you. It's terrible. And the fridge, you always can open the fridge. That's a terrible thing.
The relationship between the US and Russia is just dreadful.
What relation? We don't have any, I think. Only sanctions, expulsions, you know. Well, we had a meeting, of course, between two presidents, which was reasonable, I think, positive, I would say, but we didn't see much, except our friend of Russia, Mrs. Nuland, visiting Russia recently, which also went, I think, reasonably good. We shall see. We understand that we can't achieve a lot now quickly, but step by step, maybe climate change, maybe strategic stability, maybe certain areas when American side still believe that it'll be useful to work with Russia because of the world needs it. You know, it's two issues which the world's peace and prosperity depends on this: the strategic stability and climate change. I think, at least.
Forgive me, let me be blunt. The view from people, some in the US, is that President Putin picks up the phone and says, "Kostin, do this," or makes it known he wants Kostin to do this in the bank. Is that how it works?
Never. Look, I became a chairman of the bank, not this, but the previous, my bank position was the same. It's Внешэконом Bank, before Mr. Putin came to power, 4 years before. And I've been in banking for 30 years. And I can swear Mr. Putin never gave me instructions which loan I should give to which company. Never.
Please tell me, what's that music?
That's from The Godfather, of course.
You play the Godfather in the elevator?
It's my favorite film. You know, I think that's the Corleone family had the best corporate governance, you know, system. So it worked very, very efficiently.
He really plays the Godfather music.
You can't impose the system, of course, in the bank nowadays.
Right, where are we?
That's our trading floor. We're doing everything here: derivatives, forex, stocks, you know, fixed income. Everything is done here. There's hundreds of people working.
Trading floors are always very expensive, and but it's the heart of the bank in a sense, isn't it?
Our profit this year, $4 billion, and its return on equity 18%, so we can afford it.
So what do you like in the market at the moment? Which areas do you believe are good? Because the market equities are frothy. They have been frothy. We might be seeing a retrenchment on that. But what do you like?
You know, what's interesting now that after, you know, the Russian companies started to come back to IPO market or SPO market, in 2018 we had none, but at the moment there's a growing number. Very successful Russian digital companies, very successful. And they are very good sold in America, in Britain, everywhere. That's digital companies, e-commerce particularly, and some others. And I think that's a big chances of making more.
Do you come down here much?
Yeah, I do, but not too much, because now with the digital things, you can see it all on the screen, you know.
You're a banker, though, aren't you, rather than a trader?
Yeah, I'm not even the banker very much, you know, but because it's that's Russia, you know. I was converted from diplomatic work to a banker, but it was already 30 years ago. So yes, I can say during these 30 years I've got some experience and some knowledge of this.
If you're not a banker now, God help you.